What's up, YouTube? Mr. Llama SC here. Today we are taking the Let's Play of the Paladin through to hell and beyond. We are going to give some attempts at Ubers as well. We'll just take a little bit of the gear from the Pluggy Stash and throw it on. But I'm going to try and not make him super OP and make him super crazy and everything like that, right? So it should be a lot of fun. Hopefully you can follow along. Of course, as always, make sure to pause the video if I get too far ahead. I will try to explain stuff along the way. Feel free to comment down below if you have any questions, and I will try to answer those as well. So with that being said, let's jump into the run.
This stream is officially sponsored by Ajax Cleaning Products. Remember to air your Ritz crackers directly off the kitchen counter for maximum hygiene.
And I will also try to pause Twitch chat during important talks. So we are in hell, and the first thing of course to note is resistances. So I'll actually take a quick second right here just to point out my resistances. You can see that these are quite high. 75, 63, 58, and we can even check like how much over. So we're at 77 right there. That's really nice. And I could socket this, put an Ort rune in it, and be maxed out on my light res as well, if so desired. A lot of this, of course, comes from this beautiful shield. But, you know, we've got a little bit of resistance kind of balanced around between a lot of our gear. So it's just really important to make sure that these are high. That's all I can say. Make sure that you have a lot of good resistances. If you do not, hell is going to be worse for you, right? Straight up, you will just not have a very fun time. You're going to just get smacked around and hit, and it's going to hurt a lot. You might also note that my defense is kind of low. That's because I'm still running this low stealth, everything like that. At this point, it would be okay to upgrade to things like, let's upgrade our, armor to a smoke, or let's make a treachery, right? So smoke would be Nephilim, and that's got 50 auras. Treachery is going to have the chance for fade, which is really nice. And that is, you can put that in a better armor. So if you find some armors along the way, or if you found some armors along the way, you found some things that could be good. Even, there's so many different, rune words. Go check, like, Ariat Summit. Go look up rune words, right? Just go to Bing, Ariat Summit rune words. It'll bring up the thing within the first 5 pages. You'll find that link. And you can just look and say, like, what are the rune words that are armors? Go to the armors, and then just look at, like, 2 open socket, 3 open socket, 4 open socket armors. A lot of them are going to have good resistances, good hit recovery. Some of them will be plus to armor, stuff like that. And you can be running around with 600, 700, 800 defense with your armor right there. You can get a helm as well that maybe has some good defense on it. And then you can actually start stacking defense up, making it a little bit harder for stuff to hit you. And then, of course, Holy Shield comes into play with that as well, making it even harder to hit you with that. So there's really a lot that you can do to kind of start stacking your character and making him a little stronger. And we'll probably get into that as we continue along. But for now, we're just going to do the den.
Join my army of the dead.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Mr. Llama's Pounded-In. Today we are gonna be heading back to Pound Town. We're gonna be aiming to pound some Ubers uber hard like they have never been pounded before. So get ready and relax and let the pounding begin.
And we'll start the timer as well. Thank you, Derpix, for that introduction.
Okay guys, let's get out of here. This clown uses Bing.
What's wrong with Bing? What's wrong with Bing? There's nothing wrong. So this is also the nice thing about the Paladin, is that he's really not going to find any immunities, so most content is still going to be open to him. Thank you, Arsur001. Right? You're going to have a lot of cold immune, a lot of light immune, a lot of all that stuff, but you're not really going to have magic immune that often. You can run into it, though, in certain places, so it might happen every now and then. And Act 2, we'll see a little bit of it, but for the most part, most things will be available. So always positioning is important. And additionally, at this point, since we're now going to, you'll probably start really want to be looking at magic finding, pick up Topaz.
Hey Sport, it's Daddy Llama here. I've just received word that you've been advertising Bing to your followers. We need to talk. Your mother is very worried.
My mom uses Bing all the time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Llama, I do believe that the painting behind you is in fact socketed. Yep, looks like one open socket, if I am not mistaken. So, tell us, Llama, what are you going to stick in there?
Come on now. Come on now. So Colossus Volge is really nice because look at the damage on that puppy, right? Obviously, it is a very high strength requirement, so you're going to need a high-level mercenary to use it, or something that is dropping the requirements. But these are items, Colossus Volge are things that are great to just shove into a mercenary's hands, especially if you put some good rune words in them. Obviously, you would like it ethereal, but for a first rune word in single player,
This is your
not
father
bad.
here. I did not raise you to use Bing, you ungrateful turd.
Wow, Dad. I expected better. Are you kidding me? That was harsh. My dad would never speak to me like that. He would use way more curse words. Just kidding. Can I bug a Merce to hold an item? Like strength bug him? Probably. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to be strength bugged. Put some of these in here. So full rejuves will also be really good. I'm just gonna sell that because I'm not really using a mercenary right now. But you know, it's good to have anyways. And we'll just keep pumping up concentrate. So again, we're just going to continue with the basics of these things. Thank you, Sublide. Thank you so much.
Join my army of the dead.
Bing, I would rather go down to the library and ask the drunk homeless guy for what I was looking for than use. Bing might get better answers that way too.
Wow. So like I was saying, thank you, Camel. Topaz are great because look at that. 20% to magic find, and that's only flawless. Once again, you can use the gem shrine trick that I talked about, and you just go to the stony field, find the shrines. Normal, nightmare, or hell, by the way, are going to have all the best shrines in the stony field for gem shrines. And you just get a perfect topaz. Then you do it again. So you just collect all the topaz, flawless topaz, whatever it is. You get them all upgraded, and then you literally just create 3 open socket helms and 4 open socket armors that are just stuffed with perfect topaz. And it's amazing. You get like 100 MF and then more from it. Just from that, you can just keep it in your inventory, be attacking Mephisto before he dies, put on your magic find gear, and it's crazy. It's wonderful. It's the way to go. So, yeah. Hopefully that helps and answers some questions. Istrunes are also great, but, you know, they're worth a little more. I'd rather keep it from something else like CTA. Sketchy boy! Wow. Mwah. With a 25er. My goodness.
Thank you, Llama, for the streams and dealing with us. We pound you because we love. Hashtag pound squad.
Hey, Shaco. If only I had higher MF, right? Could have been the unique. Thank you, Sketchy Boy. I appreciate that, I think. Not all the pounding exactly, but the love part of it, I suppose. We pound you because we love you. There's gotta be a better way to say that. So we'll go ahead, and since we're gonna be doing this, we will drop that there. And I'm still, once again, same as always, same as through normal and nightmare, nothing new. I am looking for bosses.
Nope.
Nope. And cool. Hey, it's just like a shrine city over here. Everything's a skill shrine. 4 skill shrines in a row. Thanks. No better way to say it, I guess, huh? I'm taking my shirt off. 9 or 10 months, excuse me. Welcome back. Would I prefer we love you because we you pound me? No, it's probably nicer the other way around if it has to be one of those two options. I just don't see why it has to be those options, I suppose. Archers are still going to be a nope from us. Especially cold lightning enchanted or cold spectral hit, whichever that was. There is just no world in which we feel like that's something we want to fight as a hammerdin especially. So once again, never be afraid to run away from the bad boys, as I like to say. Spike fiends also are kind of dangerous. There's a lot of things that get pretty dangerous in hell. So archers are obviously dangerous. Spike fiends can be pretty dangerous. Those little raptor dudes can be dangerous. Is it good to farm the Countess in hell for rare runes? Yes, so the Countess, we can actually do the Countess. Oh wait, we need to go back to Darkwood because we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and just kill some of these guys. Oof. Hey, there's some runes. There's a Sacred Targe. If you want, you can pick up these sorts of things. Ow, she hits hard. Not bad.
And don't forget, never be afraid to pound them dudes as a hammerdin.
Well, I mean, you know, be afraid sometimes is what I'm trying to say. It's okay to be afraid here and there. So, also a giant thing to remember is Amplified Damage Curse lasts like an eternity in hell mode. So, make sure that if you're amped and you're like gonna go through a tough area, just go back home first. It's okay. Just go talk to Akara, get it healed off. Don't sit there and just get wrecked over and over again by it and then be like, there's nothing to do, right? Like, that's one of the easiest ways to die. We still do have some blue ring upgrades, and honestly, this is the beauty once again of Diablo 2 is you can always really find upgrades with stuff like that. So, can't believe I'm still not using Holy Shield. I'll get to it eventually. Oh wait, we gotta talk to Akara.
I can't.
All right, show me the key. What's managed by Mana's secret account? I've recommended it to everybody playing, so I feel like I've done my job. I've said, hey, go use Holy Shield. And that's the important part. As long as everybody knows. Oh no. Also, a lot more things are going to curse you in hell because 1, they get an extra mod, but 2, there's a lot of like auras that'll curse you with it.
They
so
keep saying these pound jokes because you use a hammer and melee to attack. Pound this and pound that. You know what I bet if you switched to a ranged weapon like a bow, they would stop these crude jokes. May I recommend to you a compound bow?
I'm sure a compound bow will get no lewd jokes whatsoever. Oh my god. I'm sure that'll go over super great.
Impossible.
What do you mean impossible? Oh, I already have a leg. That's why. I was like, why can't I pick this thing up? Let's also go ahead and start ourselves some potions there, just for some slots. Also, another thing to really remember is that you're gonna want to teleport and stuff, right? Boom. I mean, look at this. 33 to magic fine boots with 29 fire res. 88 to life belt. Beats out my belt. Like, literally, you can just walk over and find amazing upgrades. 20% IAS if you need some IAS gloves. You can literally just find things easy as pie. Just wherever, whenever you want. It's crazy. So, always go shopping if you're really looking for something. Needing some extra res, needing some whatever. It's not bad.
Personally, I would recommend sticking with the pounding and the thumping.
Thanks.
Wirt's leg would be a fine upgrade with absolutely zero loot potential. Also keep beating your belt.
Thank you. Thank you, ZXQL and Affixium. Appreciate that. So, I mean, this is better than what I'm wearing here, right? This gives me 8 to strength, 38 to mana. Attack rating, damage, and charge bolt don't really matter, but the other two are nice. However, if we look at my resistances, I would be losing a lot and not gaining very much to make that swap. So I would need to somehow have some other swap in. But this is a ring that's definitely worth keeping, right? Hey, Glowy. This is a ring that you say, yeah, that's a pretty good ring. And so we'll toss that one out. So we'll keep that guy. Can I socket a spirit and a paladin shield? Not in single player without a mod. Online you can. Or if you have a mod that allows it. Or if you've edited your runes.txt.
This used to be a nipple stream. Now all you guys talk about is flowers and pounding SMH. 777 Tree Decillion, 777 Duo Decillion, 777 Undecillion, 777 Decillion, 700.
Wow.
77 Onillion, 777 Octillion, 777 Septillion, 777 Sextillion, 777 Quintillion, 777 Quadrillion, 7 Who.
Join my army of the dead.
We're not going to do many of those.
Picked up Wirt's other two legs.
We're not doing many of those. I'll let that one through. Those the future sevens. Those are getting axed. Thank you so much, Hunter. I'm
So
not.
I was thinking about ARPG itemization. What do you think of having rarest magic items? Only and completely doing away with the idea of unique sets, legendaries, ECT. The really great thing about rares is that all characters tend to have different items, and if you find a really GG item, it is entirely possible no one else has one like it. That
True.
way, your character can be unique and personal while you are running around pounding.
Gosh
dudes.
dang it, Camel.
Sextillion. Hey, heh.
Oh, frames, hold up. Bruh. You good? PowerPoint over? You okay, Mr. Internet? Okay. Dude, this is the longest tower level ever. You guys just pounded my internet, like, to death right there. That's what happened. Thank you, Evo Demon. Do I prefer the term unique or legendary? Legendaries are World of Warcraft, right? Uniques are Diablo 2. Maybe I'm just a boomer. But bring back uniques. I hope it's not going to be a slideshow stream. So this is a great example of just like, hey, cool, found a pike, 4 open sockets. We can make some cool stuff maybe in it, right? You can put an insight. Maybe you can't put an insight in a pike. But I'd have to check what insight can go into exactly. But you can put stuff into those things. That's also ladder only, but you know what I mean. You can put one? Okay, pole arms and staves. Cool. So, yeah. I mean, I honestly don't super care what they call it. Like, you know, I like the idea of uniques because, hey, uniques were Diablo until they changed it. But, you know, I do care more about the functionality of them. And I think uniques is a better system because uniques make builds and things like that unique, whereas legendaries more just sound like uber stat sticks, you know? Like the point of uniques in Diablo 2 is to make a unique change to a build, but of course you're giving up other things. Shaftstopper, Gladiator's Bane, Frac 2 Merce. Oh, I mean, that's a tough choice. You can do either. You can honestly do either. Hey! Dude, that's like the best drop I could have. I mean, not the best drop, but that's a really good drop because now I can show you guys some other things. So that's really cool. Yeah, so we literally dropped a lore with Ort Soul, and we got a lum, so we can make a Nephlum.
First-time viewer here.
Hey.
First-time follower, long-time viewer. Quick question.
Wait, what?
How hard was it to mount that painting? Was it hard when mounting it? Did you have trouble getting it up there? I bet it took a lot of pounding against the wall to get it to stay up there. I have trouble with mounting things on walls myself anyway. Thanks.
Thanks, Evo. It was tough. It was hard to get it aligned straight. But after that, it was okay. No key. Yeah, so if you are wanting to do Ubers, first off, this is single player, so you actually can't do Ubers in single player. So you have to have a mod like Pluggy. If you have Pluggy enabled or you're online, you can farm the Countess, the Summoner, and Nilithak for the 3 different keys, and that's how you can end up doing Ubers. So when we go over to Ubers, we will do that. Switch over this save file into our Pluggy folder, and then go from there. Also, there is a difference between online Ubers and single-player Ubers. Online Ubers, and I'll explain this at the beginning of that video, or that piece as well, but online Ubers have a server-side spawning of minions where Mephisto is. Single-player does not. And it just is not implemented there, so. Is Crushing Blow good for a strafe build? Sure. Hellrune. Hey, we could put that in our Alibaba if we want. Single player Ubers are easy. I mean, to be honest, it's not that much of a difference. Like, having the dude sitting there being annoying kind of is, you know, eh. But, like, at the same time, it makes it easier to lock yourself out, I would say. Like, you can screw your, you know, portal and make it impossible pretty much. But beyond that, like, once you get, you know, life tap on and stuff, you're just kind of going ham on them. Yeah, they're just like kind of annoying. But if you can get it, then you're pretty good. So you usually don't have to worry. Ow. Yeah, exactly. Most of the damage is coming from the Ubers. Ooh, Conviction Aura. Conviction Aura hurts. Be very careful. Time to go farm your spirit runes? Go get it. So Tal and Ort you can get just from completing the Act 5 Barbarians. So that's not that bad. And then Thol is pretty easy. You can either just get a few Orts and morph them. So really it's Am, or you can find it, right? Am is like the only one, but farming Nightmare Ancient or Nightmare Countess, you should be able to get an Am within, you know, 30, 40 minutes. Something like that.
Hey, Llama.
Hey.
Love the content.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Appreciate that, Steel. Thank you so much. So we're here. We'll go ahead and run and go snag the Malice. And be careful, of course, as there are a lot of mages and archers and horrible monsters. That we do not really care to engage with. Ah! God, he's so fast and scary. Oh my God, get away from me. Get away, get away, get away. God, I hope they bring characters like that into Diablo 4. You have a new friend request. Fight him? Forget that. Ugh. Light-plated boots. Wow, that is a godsend, you guys. We literally just found, like, some of the best boots for our Ubers later. Crushing blow! So sick. So I believe this is the highest % chance of crushing blow you can get on boots. What are Gore Riders? Gore Riders Diablo 2. They are 15%. Yeah, so this is the highest % crushing blow boot that you can actually get. And this is, once again, a great thing about Diablo 2 itemization. This is a level 22 required boot. It's not like fantastic in any other way. Low defense. Most of its stats are defense. You lose a light radius. Damage reduced by 1. Magic damage reduced by 1. Like, who cares? Every other stat on this item sucks. It literally is only sacrifice your boots for crushing blow and you can get a little bit more than anything else. And that's just like really cool. And it can be found early, can be found late, whatever. Fantastic. I love it. So that'll be super helpful for Ubers. I can't wait. I can't wait. Just lost your hardcore assassin? No. Sorry to hear that. What's that little hammer? It's the Malice. I know, it's kind of cute though, right? It's like pound, 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 pound. It's like a Kylie-sized hammer. She's like, I'm helping. Does Deadly Strike stack with Amazon Crit Strike? They're gonna be different.
Goblin toe on Smiter.
I'm pretty sure.
Recorded hack game confirmed. Sigh, I miss when Llama used.
I would need to study
play
that
Diablo
more.
2 live instead of just hacking it so that he can pound dudes even harder. From all directions.
Yeah, they should just roll independently. That sounds right to me. Thank you, Mr. Camel. Pre-recorded hacks. Yeah, we've had a lot of nice little things like that for sure. Oh no, frames! Don't do it to me again. Come on.
Good day.
Dude, my internet is not having a good day, man. I'm just gonna drop my Ral helm since I feel pretty satisfied with the stuff we have. Yeah, we might drop a couple frames today.
Hi, Mr. Llama. Did you know that you need certain runes to make a rune word? Like Iodol, 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 Iodol.
Gosh dang it. My internet's tired. It's like, you're working me too hard. You don't pay me enough for this. Pretty much. That is the one thing. So I moved into, you know, I used to live in a decent area building. And then I moved into a worse building because you gotta cut costs. And the internet here is not quite as good, so I might have to end up moving again. No, I have Spectrum, and they're just not doing it, man. They're just not doing it. So we might have moving again. Try and find somewhere that's low quality but high internet. Like, hey, we have roaches, but we also have fiber.
Remember when there was an elite quill fiend in the inner cloister which would insta-splat your hardcore characters back in the day?
Wait, what?
Fresh meat.
I mean,
I am making you
still happens,
rich.
right? Thank you, Nerdy. Mwah. I will put that towards my next Chipotle burrito. Thank you very much. So we talked about it before. We're going to talk about it again. Yeah, there's only one ISP for this building. There's two, but the second one doesn't offer a plan over, like, basic. It's really sad. So there's really one. And there's no fiber linked up here. So we are going to want for sure to get the waypoint here, because this is once again one of the best places that I can farm. One of the best places that I can farm. Who's buying Llama a new farmhouse? Kick your girlfriend out and I can move in? Oh, I'm sure she'll love that. That'll go over really well. Woo! Midora, be careful. Oh, that's danger. We'll just teleport here. There's no reason to fight with all those dudes. Go stream from Starbucks every day. I'm sure they would say nothing and they'd be like, we're happy to have you. You live in a third world country and you have better internet than me? Gosh dang it. You're promised Honey Nut Cheerios. Well, apparently they're high in sugar, so now we're a rich stream.
Sadly can't stay to watch you hunt tonight, so
Aww.
best of luck and may Trangu be with you.
Thank you so much, Lisk. Have a good one. I will definitely pick up, and we'll talk a little bit about this, but like rares that I would pick up. I will pretty much always pick up rare gloves, rare boots, rare belts. Probably those as like my main three rare things that I'm picking up. And then rings and ammies, right? So like here, and this. Those are the main things I'm picking up that are rare. Also, always a circlet or a coronet or a diadem, anything that can have a skill on it.
Fresh meat.
I am your opinion. Is D4 going to be like D3 or D2?
And then probably at this point, I would also pick up rare like War Scepters and all of those things because, hey, if we can get a rare War Scepter that's got like plus to hammer and FCR and plus to concentrate and all of that stuff, you can get like some amazing GG items with that. Do I think D4 will be more like 3 or 2? I mean, it's got a lot of, you know, both parts kind of in it right now. I think it's leaning more towards 3 at the moment just because it's the D3 devs. But they seem open. Ooh, nice. Another soul rune. So, you know, these gloves didn't really turn out great. Only cold res is usable on them. But it's still worth picking them up. So remember, bugging in Dariel is the #1 thing. And even stuff like a Warfork. Oh, that's 2 open sockets. I could make a strengthen that, right? Which has crushing blow and give that to a mercenary. Like, definitely check out all of these pikes and stuff. But with that being said, oh, we got Midora. With that being said, we're going to kill Andariel, and we're going to make certain, absolutely certain that we bug Andariel. Because if you mess this up on this first kill, you will never be able to rectify it for this character. Okay? So, we've killed Andariel. What do? We stay in the game. There's nothing really worth picking up. We
Maybe
go to
if
town.
Blizzard were to force the D3
Go to
devs to play
Warif, go
1,000
east.
hours of
Done.
Diablo 2, then they could have better ideas. They need to put in their hours pounding some dudes instead of pounding our wallets and phones.
Something like that, huh? Just like that. Now she is bugged forever. So if we quit the game prior to going east, she wouldn't be bugged. So now she's bugged forever. She will always have better drops. Just know that is the case. There we go. We'll put our Hell Rune in our Alibaba for now. It makes it easier to use. And then in the future, we can adjust that if we so desire. Also, of course, we have this blade buckle if we do want to shove a blade buckle on, get better hit recovery, strength, dexterity, which we probably will do later on. So, just like that. Give yourself a round of applause. You have completed Act 1 Hell. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. And now, whenever you want, you can just go keep killing Andariel. And she's a wonderful person to farm. You can always change the player count for her, right? And doing this, if I set it 10 times, and then I exit the game, and I re-enter the game, watch this. I press enter, I press the up arrow, and now players is right there. The text persists through the games. If I had not done that, the text would not persist.
Andariel has a quest flag that the game sets in your character file when you pound her for the first time. If you go to Act 2 right away, this flag won't get set and you can pound her again and again while still getting the extra item drops from the first quest pounding.
You know, there's some pounding notes in there, but besides those, that is factually correct. That is how it works. So we could do with a little less pounding, but yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. Less pounding sounds boring.
Andariel is a not virgin confirmed. Well, she is a demon.
She is a demon. And now you can just start going to town on Andariel. That's all I can say. Just have a field day with her. So, rare demon hide sash. Not bad. I wish it had more on it. It's only 22 res and 3 to strength, so it's just a little bit weak. 2 to source skills on the staff. Not much else great with it, but yeah. So that's how it works. You just keep doing that. She's bugged because she did not drop gold. If she drops gold after the first time you kill her, she is not bugged. Also, I haven't been putting my MF stuff on, right? So, like, what I would honestly do is I would carry around all my Magic Find gear, and then we would have that. So, Act 2, we're just going to run around. Oh, I need to go do... no, we aren't going to do Radament, because Radament is magic resistant. Or magic immune, I should say. So, Radament can actually resist us. So, we would need a mercenary or something.
Llama, that's some awfully graphic language. I thought this was a family-friendly stream.
This is a family-friendly
Now my young
stream.
impressionable nephew is asking how you go to town on her.
You just attack her. Like, go to town, Billy, you know.
I thought this was family safe. Llama has become a sellout with his 1K viewers.
Wow.
Talking about punting when you should be talking about the NSFW picture.
That's kind of scary right
Mr.
there.
Llama, what kind of charms are worth keeping besides from skillers?
Life, resistance, hit recovery, faster run walk. I'd say all of those are worth keeping, at least at the start. And then you can adjust from there.
Can you use Holy Fire to take on Radamant?
I have 1 point in Holy Fire, and I have a wand that hits for 5 to 11. Though it does have 30 to 90 fire damage. So no. No, I cannot. What up, senpai? So yeah, I mean, we can even look. 9% life stolen, though. Great. We can even look at like the charms I've decided to keep. Hit recovery, life. I have a mana charm just because it's small and I don't mind that much. Cold res. Eventually I'll get rid of that. Cold res dex, lightning res, fast run walk, 6 to dexterity, 24 to life. I mean, I could toss this one if I wanted. You know, like I could toss that if I really wanted. And I eventually will toss them. I haven't found a lot of great charms. So I'm okay with having half my inventory space be charms, and then as I get more, I'll kind of pick and choose until I eventually get full skillers.
Hardest act for hammerdin with the most magic immunes and cramped maps.
Yep. It's tough. This is a tough one for the hammerdin.
What is this pounding talk? You would think there had been a pounding here of some description.
No real pounding talk at all. Just casual. Just casual stuff. Boom. Wait, what's Axel asking? I won a 7, didn't know, thanks. I mean, was that me? Or was that somebody else? I looked 3 hours ago and Mr. Llama is not online. Now it says he has been streamed for 8 hours. What? It says I've been streamed for 8 hours? Oh, the speedrun timer. No. This is carrying through from all the previous times. What staff is that to telly? Literally just teleport charges. That is all. Ow. You can shop one at any of your favorite staff vendors. Don't be so fast. God. So this is where it can be good to just get a spinning circle of death going so that they eventually run into it. Well, Act 1 hell didn't take 2 hours. We leveled in between there.
I sometimes wonder if you wear your chainmail and a hammer to pound people around since you love pounding Shabbat loop.
Shabbat loop. Thank you, GG. So this act will eventually start to get dangerous for us, but it's not till like the later half of it. Right now it's pretty chill. So all you gotta do is just run around and kill stuff. It's usually pretty open spaces out here until we have to start going into holes and things. So really not a lot to worry about. Could my next guide be the Necro? Potentially. I'm letting chat vote that stuff. Hey, we got a Beetleburst farming waypoint if we wanted.
Have you seen the most recent post about how Diablo 4 will take place in Denmark?
I did not see that.
LL Tyrannia Fethith Pound Tall Raw Pound Orthol Am Pound All Shell and Full Pound Lem Pound. Going into what kind of holes?
Like this one, the Maggot Lair. Oh my god. APK, Jehovah, Shaz, GG, Sunbrawler. Thank you guys for the biddies. So, this is where you're either going to move so slowly, or, and this is mana burn, so that's not fun at all. You're going to get really lucky with the map, like it'll be like right there, so you just are immediately there. Or, you're going to use your teleport staff. which is my favorite solution for it because, yeah, otherwise, you know, it just takes a while. But you can always use a mercenary here, and that can be really helpful. In some areas, you'll get into these slots where it's like, okay, this is a good position for me generally, so I can go one at a time. Take them out, you know. But that's up to you. For me, I'm usually of the teleport nature here because it's just so long otherwise. But like I say, if you want to go a little slower, get a mercenary and just let the mercenary go one guy at a time, right? Mercenaries are fantastic when they only have to face one monster at a time. Somebody's Might Aura. A little scary. Okay, I think it's coming from you. Cool. And just like that, we've got the staff. Otherwise, it's just going to take forever. What do you need to get Mage Fist to drop? Honestly, just farming Endariel, you'll be able to get them pretty quickly. 16 to defense. Not a terrible small charm if you like don't have anything else and you want to eventually start stacking defense. That's not the worst small charm ever to have. Just as an FYI. I mean, you're not going to ever keep it in the long run, but just like in general for, you know, like right now I'm also keeping a 9 to mana small charm. Is that good? No, of course not. But 9 to mana right now? Sure, I'll take a little extra mana. That's, you know, a hammer. So now we're just going to move forward to the next step. Feel free to not kill zombies because you can see these are immune to magic. Congratulations. You've just run into your first immunity in this whole game that you cannot face. This is how strong the Paladin is. Literally, this is the first time in the game that he cannot fight something. And that is why the hammerdin gets played a lot, or is very strong, or people, you know, whatever. Because every single other character is eventually going to run into something that they're like, oh man. But the Paladin or the hammerdin does not have a lot. And I could holy bolt them. That is true. They are undead. But I only have one skill in holy bolt right now. I don't think I have any plus to skills at the moment. So you'd probably want a little bit more if you were to really like take them out. And it's just not really worth the time yet.
Do you usually take the waypoint in between Titty City and Pound Town?
Come on now. Come on now, Jehovah. And Karen, I am disappointed as well. So we'll just keep going Vitality and Blessed Aim here. This looks a little dangerous, so I'm just going to stand here and get kind of a little bit of a circle going. It's not the greatest circle ever because it's a tight area, so you got to be careful. Just got a Goron on your health wards. Nice. There we go. This is like the ideal, getting the double spin. So it's going to catch them on the outside, and then if they do happen to sneak in, catch them on the inside as well. But it can be tough in these kinds of areas. So this is another one that you can teleport through if you would like. And of course, if you just run into a dead end, that is not great, and you're running out of teleport charges. Yeah, save quit's not always a horrible idea. Little bit spicy. We can always just run back. This chat is very mature. The most maturest of chats. Unfortunately, this actually is one of the most or more mature chats on Twitch, I would say. So, I actually do believe that statement. All right, so dead end, dead end. Wall hacks, run through the door. These big rooms are always really nice because they're just really good to clean up a lot of dudes. And we'll just kind of clean spaces out. So it looks like we are getting a little unlucky here with this map, but that's fine. We'll see if we can teleport the long jump over to it. Nope. Don't know where it is still. Keep looking. Thank you so much, Jesky. Maybe I could have jumped that. It would have been tight. And there's another flawed topaz, so if you want, you can keep that for Magic Find and just use the gem shrine as well. And here you can just kind of shift around and see if you can, you know, drop some hammers that'll end up hitting stuff and killing dudes. Because why not? Some free experience, right? Put those together, morph them. Welcome over, Spawn. Happy you can see them live.
I love the recent content, Llama. Keep it up. It's been very informative, but I must ask why you chose to substitute breakfast cereal for Ritz crackers.
I mean, you know, it was one of those days where I woke up and ran to my meeting, didn't have time to grab lunch, and then it was, or breakfast, and then it was time for lunch. So I pulled out the Ritz crackers and the vinegar and went to town, you know, when lunch came around. It was a no breakfast kind of day.
Join my army of the dead.
Of course we are mature, just a bunch of gamers chilling out celebrating llama poundin' dudes as fast as possible while squeezing into tight areas through holes like the Maggot Lair. Hashtag Pound Squad, hashtag right version.
I don't know about that one exactly.
This surely is the product of a twisted mind.
All right, so Arcane Sanctuary. Let's see if we can do better than a fourth way. I'm pretty sure we fourth wayed both of those times.
Ritz and vinegar and go to town? Only missing the Vaseline to make it a party.
Doesn't even make sense, I don't think. Or I don't get the joke. One of the two. Wouldn't be the first time. Oop.
The classic fifth way.
No fifth way. I hate the mana burn so much on these guys. So much.
Fourth way, wow, you really get the pounding going today. Most Twitch chats are indeed very immature, but this one is worth investing every pound in. #pounddad in chat.
Got a lot of people in the Pound Squad, it feels like. Pound Squad has been growing. Hey, look at that. We got a Bone Snapper. More crushing blow. I mean, could be fun on Charged In or something somehow. Don't really have a lot of use for it. But it is fun. We've been getting some nice drops on these things though. Tell you what.
The British pound is really weak at the moment.
Yeah.
Good thing the pound is still strong here.
No, it's not. The British pound is super strong, man. Freaking, it was insane. I went to Ireland and like the American dollar was so weak to it, it was crazy.
You're welcome, #pound squad.
It was absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's way stronger than the US dollar. Well, I went to Northern Ireland, I should say. And did we just first wave? We just first wave! Wow! Look at that, you guys. First wave Pog.
Bone Snap, that's a might nice hammer. You know what that thing is really good at doing. Specifically to dudes. Llama, could you please explain what Bone Snap excels at?
Crushing blow. That's what it's good at.
Call it.
It's good at crushing blow. Alright, so. Oof. Careful of extra fast these guys, because they'll start to knock you out. So this is another one of those back off a little bit and get your hammer spinning.
Great stuff.
Thank you.
Gavel you got.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Join my army of the dead.
I just want to hear Karen say Denmark again.
It's fair. It's really fun to listen to her. You know, Denmark.
You didn't have to pound for long in that arcane sanctuary before you got to the climax.
I mean, trying too hard, right? Like, come on. The climax of the arcane sanctuary, that barely makes sense in any context here. Now, you could kill your way through this area if you wanted, or you can just rush through it. Up to you. I like to kind of, this is another one of those areas that's a little tight. So I don't want to spend a lot of time in there, right? Just not good for the hammerdin. Don't forget your thawing potions.
Denmark or Denmark? Shocked face.
And some magic find gear. That's good enough. You know, Denmark. Get him. Get him. Nice. Terrible drops. Absolutely horrific. We're just using Irathas. That's not Saigons, that's Eisenhart's. Even worse. Saigons is at least +1 to skills. Alright, let's grab some of those. We're going back to Rada, so are you planning to just gear a Merce to kill him? Nah, I'm not going back for him, but that would be definitely a way you can handle him. Is just get a mercenary. You could also have a point in redemption, so when you kill all of his minion dudes that he keeps resummoning, those all go away as well. And then you can just holy bolt him to death. If you have plus to a couple skills, you can do it. Or whatever, right? There's a lot of like ways to deal with that.
Join my army of the dead.
As a streamer, do you feel that you get pounded over and over by the same questions?
I do feel like that happens, yes. Thank you, Sabor. Can we get some clappers in the chat as you have just beaten Act 2 Hell? One of the toughest areas. I would also say this is coming up on a difficult area. But, you know, good job, you guys. Good job. Look at that. We're just cruising through Hell right now. Look how great this is. Act 3 begins.
I think I am going to have to re-roll my classic barb he's out of respects and in Hellas. Polearm mastery. Without being able to use maces, I can't pound any dudes and nothing is worse than a Saturday night where you can't pound any dudes. Feels bad, man. I guess I'll just have to settle for hitting them with my pole.
Guess he'll just be a pole guy.
I sense a soul in search of hammers.
So Act 3 definitely gets a little dangerous. Just because these little dudes can actually do some big damage, especially if they start to stack up like they just did. So do be careful. Do be very careful. Thank you, Colors and Camel. This is going to be a little bit dangerous at times. So you can run around like a madman. But, you know, if you're running into that sort of stuff, you gotta be careful with it. And I'm still gonna be picking up rare wands and stuff right now because I am just using 20 FCR, and so if I can find another 20 FCR with a bunch of other bonuses, like good res, that right there is 60 to resistances, which is sick. But yeah, it's always these like tiny dudes, I feel like, that really start to make things super difficult. These guys, the dolls that you can run into, whatever, because it's so hard to see their shots, and then they come in and it's like, oh, they're cold enchanted and extra strong and all of these things, and it just is awful. So in this area, feel free to move at a speed you're comfortable with. And also, this is not a bad area to have a mercenary, because if you have a mercenary here, they'll often run to him first, and then you can get your damage off right after that, right? So.
I am overburdened.
But even little single guys are going to be tough. What about a Fizzres affix? What do you mean? What about it? There's a Fizzres affix in Diablo 2. Damage reduction. Physical damage reduction. Typically I start streaming at 4 a.m. What? Where do you live? Oh, in Europe? Yeah, for these days. Tomorrow I'll be streaming in the morning, so it'll be afternoon or evening for EU. Is it worth it to revive your mercenary every time he dies? Well, it depends how much he's dying, to be honest, and where he's dying and why he's dying and all of that. Like, if you just don't have enough gear on him and he's dying every second and whatever, ooh, this is so dangerous. Maybe not, right? Maybe like reconsider it a little bit.
In time to catch the stream.
Oh God. Whew, that is disgusting. Thank you so much, Colors. Attack rating does nothing for us. Replenish life, whatever. Yeah, we got put into hit recovery lock right there. So we'll go ahead and go here. We'll teleport away to get further away from the boss. And we're good to go. And now, and once again, a big reason that didn't go very well is because they were below me, which, as we talked about before, is like one of the worst positions to have mobs. So you really gotta, you know, pick and choose how you fight. Like, this is a great fight because I can kill everything right there. If there's 3 dudes here, it's a lot harder. And I just don't really care to fight that guy that much, so we're just gonna teleport over and leave. Easy as that. Now let's see where this takes us. How would a ladder speedrun differ? You would get Spirit Runeward for sure on a ladder run. That would be the biggest thing. Okay, let's see where this goes. I just have 1 item left on the Grail. That is all. Okay, so that is a dead end. Let's go ahead and grab a waypoint, I guess, just for safety purposes, and then see if this is kicking off. It is. So we'll have to see where this is going. Should be the Great Marsh, I'd imagine. And there are souls there as well. So here's where we can make the decision of just resetting this and not running it. I do have decent resistance. Conviction Aura would be rough.
Mang Sangs, right?
No. Mephisto is a no-go on the Mang Sangs. There is the Conviction Aura we really don't want. Oh boy. So I'm really not going to stop to fight much of anything in here, just because it's a pretty dangerous area. The best thing to do is just leave. Literally just get out. I also don't need anything in the Great Marsh, right? So there's a coronet.
Even I have to say the pounding thing is getting old. Also,
See?
I heard the YouTube casuals are getting mad at Twitch chat. Stop breathing out of your mouths and get over it. Oh.
That's right.
Oh, pound.
Oh my God.
Pound.
Gosh dang it, I thought you were on my side for this. Oh my God. Oops. I thought you were on my side. The best character for a Grail is the MF Barb.
Join my army of the dead.
I never understood jewels. As far as what makes a jewel worth do you look for in jewels in what items would you put them in?
Jewels are mostly going to be useful when they have things like either early game, because they can add stuff like plus to poison damage, right? That one jewel I showed you guys, 20 to poison damage. Even like this jewel, pretend it doesn't have a high level requirement. You know, I could put this in my helmet and get weapon damage added to my weapon, right? That's kind of nice. But additionally, they can have like IAS, they can have FHR, they can have resistances, and those things combined and mixed and matched and enhanced damage. And so you can shove them into all sorts of different gear. You'll see people do, you know, in J mods, they'll put 4 unique jewels for the facets. People will shove 15 40s, 15 IAS, 40 enhanced damage jewels into helms or armors or whatever. People will put really good jewels into like pelts and things. If it's like 7 hit recovery plus to strength plus to resist plus whatever those things. So they're not, I'd say overall jewels aren't used enough, but when you do have really good jewels, they end up kind of being that best in slot in a lot of cases. But a lot of it becomes whatever you want to do. And of course, 50-15s. Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's a lot of different ones depending what you're wanting out of them. So it's really fun to see. My favorite ones to see are like in really cool pelts, which is a druid helm, right? When you have a really cool pelt and it's got like some really cool jewels in it, that can be a lot of fun. So that could be something. I could socket this, either using the socket quest, which is going to be Tau Thol. Is that it? Socket quest, Diablo 2. Let's look. Socket S. I don't know, whatever. Gotta remember it. Wait, no. Cube socket recipe. Tau Thol P Topaz. Sounds about right. Where is it? Gosh dang it. Yeah. So it depends, but for armor, it's going to be 1 Tau rune, 1 Thol rune, a perfect topaz, and a normal body armor. And that will be a socketed body armor of the same type. This will roll anywhere from 1 to 4 sockets with a 50% chance of rolling 4 sockets, and then a 1 in 6 chance for 1, 2, and 3 sockets. It's not a bone weave, it's just a mesh armor, so it's not great, but like this could be something that you could make something with, right? But it is not the top armor. Okay. And obviously that would be for like making an armor for a mercenary. Generally at this point, since we are 68, we'd probably start wanting to roll it in the top tier armors though. Right. E-bug it on streams. That's kind of what I was thinking about. Just to have it to show. I mean, it's not like a great armor to do it with, but we could still do it just to do it. Yeah, we'll do Ubers today. We can do it unless we find a better armor to bug. Which, honestly, it could be good to do something else. I don't know. Yeah, it's not like that expensive. And that is not always the recipe for every item. Helmets are going to be different.
Why is everything
shields will
about
be a
pounding and
different,
shoving
etc.
things into stuff? Mr. Llama-lude, Mr. Llama-lude.
What?
Mr. Llama-lude, Mr. Llama-lude, Mr. Llama-lude, Mr. Llama-lude, Mr. Llama-lude. This used to be an IO doll.
Kind of missed the IO doll a little bit.
Since this is my last 100 bits, I am going to say something wholesome. I value and love your content, Mr. Llama, and respect your integrity on keeping a family-friendly stream that said welcome to Pound Town.
Well, half thank you. Gosh dang it. Let's I don't have a perfect topaz, do I? No. I don't have a towel either, or a thol. Gosh dang it, I don't have any of the things I need for this. Alright, forget it, we'll do it later. Ooh, 3 open sockets, but 86 to strength. It's a little more strength than I would want, probably. Do you think the Astros cheated? I think it's very blatant and obvious that the Astros cheated. Massive disappointment. Honestly, like, I hope he comes down harder than anybody thinks. I hope he gives them the death penalty. Is sign stealing really cheating? For sure. What do you mean is sign stealing? Oh my god, that is... I should have just quit. Oh man. I should have just quit when I saw that group. I didn't have the waypoint. I really was hoping the waypoint was going to be there and I could somehow get out of that, but there was no chance. Sign stealing is like super obvious cheating. You're just looking at the signer and making educated guesses? No. You are using a camera in the outfield to zoom in and grab the signs a lot of times, which they aren't aware of is happening.
This used to be a hardcore stream.
And then tell your players what's happening so they can make not predictions, but they can know what pitch is coming.
Good evening, Mr. Llama. Hope you have recovered well after the tribulations I put you through with the Rainbow Challenge. We forgot to do the poll, but I see from your videos since that more rainbow runs are being requested.
Are they?
Any thoughts yet on what the next one might be?
Oh boy. I mean, what Druid would possibly be next, but Summon would be super miserable. Like Barb, I don't really see. Assassin would have trouble probably as well, just because I don't know what you do with masteries with that one. Amazon has a passives on at some point, so that literally doesn't work at all. Paladin has 2 trees that are purely auras. So it would have to be the tinkering of it, where it's like, first I do like vengeance, and then I do hammers, and then I do smite, like that. Necro has an entire curses tree, so yeah, we would have to just have the stuff a little bit like we talked about. But that is, those are my thoughts there. Something around there would be how it would end up. How do I feel about Diablo 4? I mean, I'm excited. I look forward to it. We'll see what happens, though. Long ways to go. Long ways to go. But yeah, I mean, I even like the Astros, or I did. But I think they should get death penalty. Because if they don't, it's like right now when the US government fines corporations, probably any government, honestly, they're like, all right, you made $1 billion off that, $50 million fine, don't do it again. And the company just looks down and is like, so it's profitable to cheat. Got it. Oh, it was the waypoint. So, no using bats for a season, exactly. I mean, what is the death penalty look like? 1?
If you pound this much in softcore, I don't think our bodies are ready to see you pound in hardcore.
That's right. Probably not ready. I gotta pause this.
The rules we talked about allow for a damage type in favor of an entire tree when
Yeah.
a class does not have 3 viable skill trees.
I'll have to think about it
I started a curses only necromancer to test it out.
Doesn't work,
I
right?
am not a speedrunner, but after 3 hours I am still running Countess on normal.
Yep. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. So yeah, we can discuss then with some stuff for sure. So we can run a poll on chat. But like, you know, I feel like first off you have to have a hefty fine because they have not only gotten the World Series and all of the money from winning the World Series, which is very hefty. So that right there is massively worth it in terms of them financially to cheat. But additionally, they've made the World Series again, right, this year. So, like, they have a lot of extra money that has been gained from cheating, and I'm always on the side of punish someone with, like, double what they've made from cheating. Just to, like, really emphasize that, like, if you guys want to try this, you're going to get screwed over hard if you get caught. Because otherwise, if you don't and you just say, oh, well, you know, okay, they cheated and it's okay, and, you know, we'll give them a $2 million fine, whatever it is, it just encourages everybody to do it again. Right, players' stats are inflated, so there's so much money gained by having your team go to the World Series and winning the World Series and stuff. So much extra money gets made. So you gotta make it not worth it for them to ever want to do it again. So, like I say, I'm all in favor of bringing down the hammer, massive fines, take away draft picks, kick out the manager, you know, give him a league or a lifetime ban. If, you know, players are associated, give them some suspensions and things like that. And, you know, probably have some rules going forward of how they're going to have to deal with certain things and stuff. Kind of like SMU, right? When SMU got caught, they got just totally screwed over, and their program got demolished for years. But I think you have to do that. Otherwise, it just encourages every other team to say, huh, well, I guess we should just cheat now because they got caught and They made way more money than, you know, they lost. They got way more value out of it. So, that's my thoughts there. Pretty trash ring. Mana Fire Res Dex is not bad, but like not really a lot to it right there. Not really a lot, especially for us.
Cheating? No. It's just creative use of IRL mechanics. Just give him a pound on the wrist.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think kick him out for a decade, but knock
Pound
him
Mr.
down.
Llama with bits get down. That said shirt. With a hammer that says pounded merch when.
Pounded merch when. Be a good shirt, huh? That would be a good shirt. Thank you so much. Took me a little bit to register. I needed to get down there. I just got shot.
Help me! That mindset could be applied to the banking sector as well.
Yeah.
By the way, as a streamer, do you ever feel like you get the same questions over and over again and again?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do feel like that. Yeah, I mean, you totally could apply it there as well. And like, we're seeing banks do some of the same stuff that they did before as well. Ooh, rare jewel. Right? Like, the punishment, if the punishment does not fit the crime, if it's not high enough, there's hit recovery on a jewel. The other stuff isn't great, but there's some hit recovery. They will literally just continue. They will cheat again. They will do all of the terrible stuff again because it's profitable to do so. It is in their best interest as a company to make the most money, and that is how they will do it.
Fresh meat.
Whatever it takes.
Bar the team for a year or two, ban conspirators and deniers from the league. Strip the titles one, because let's be real, the explosion from 14 to 15 was fishy.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, personally, I do think I'm on board with strip the title. I don't think you award it to the Dodgers. I think it just goes as a no title year. Nobody wins the title for that year. And then, but at the same time, if they force an asterisk to be by it, you know, you're never gonna hear a Houston fan really excited talking about how great their team was in their World Series, right? Like, kind of hard to talk it up when every time somebody goes, yeah, but
Twist.
remember how
Every
you guys
single
cheated?
Professional baseball team does the same thing, Kappa.
Oh, they said that they're going to continue looking at other teams to see if it's happening. But there's a very clear indication when looking at stats and stuff that they are doing it in a way that is way worse at the very least than other teams, you know? Like, their stats are unreal different from all other teams. Well, like, it is like using a loaded bat. That's the thing. If a player has knowledge of what pitch is coming, yeah, the like common thing to say is, well, he's still got to hit it. And like, sure, he's still got to hit it. But players who know what pitch is coming have a way higher hit percentage than players who do not. So it's crazy. I'm sure all teams try to steal and try to, like, you know, I mean, that's natural, right? And the biggest thing, of course, is when there's a player on second base. And so he's going to be stealing it and relaying it. And so that's why they have their own stuff. The bigger issue is they were using technology to assist them in this cheating, which also was unknown to the other team, which is a massive shift as well. Right? Because if I know a guy's on second base, I know that I need to plan for somebody stealing signs. if I don't know that they have ways that they're stealing the signs, then I have no clue. And so I'm going to continue using my same stuff, which is what a lot of people did. And then that's how they were getting crushed. So. It's tool assisted. It's like using a Taz in a speedrun. It's cheating.
Join my army of the dead.
I say just remove all rules from sports.
There you go.
I want to see the circus that occurs. I am talking hockey on jet skis, football with grappling hooks, and baseball players juicing to the point where their calves are the size of Volkswagens.
Join my army of the dead.
Are you saying that some teams in baseball are playing with a TAS?
Yeah. That's exactly what we're saying.
Join my army of the dead.
How do I choose between FCR and the skills in my weapon for this build?
Honestly, well, first off, look at the breakpoints on this image. So see where you're at and if you're bumping to the next breakpoint. And then beyond that, you just kind of have to make the personal decision. Like, if I'm getting +2 to all skills, that's probably worth 1 breakpoint to me or something, you know? But that's like all skills. If it's like 2 to bless and hammer, it's like maybe worth it, right? A lot of people like to just get to the 125 and then just do whatever they want. You could also go to the 75 and then do whatever you want, kind of pick and choose from there. But yeah, there's no perfect answer with it. When someone is found guilty of something that's not a rule yet, should that person be punished for it? Depends how close of that, you know. Like, if you're just doing something and then they go, oh, actually, we feel like we should make a rule around that. And it's like, oh, really? And you're like, yeah, and you're like open about it and stuff. But when you're hiding it and sneaking it around and all this stuff, you know it's wrong, right?
Anyway, it would be fun to have an Olympics with super dope athletes like equestrian dressage.
I mean, that's pretty much what we already have with the Olympics. You know how many Olympic runners have been, like, later found out to have been doping and stuff? Usain Bolt is the only, like, dude in the 100 who hasn't been found doping. So Belichick does it all the time. Sure, but he's like using the rules, not using not the rules, right? He's doing like, oh, you have a thing that says I can have a lineman be an ineligible receiver or an eligible receiver if he declares prior, and so he goes up and declares, and you know, he was doing like things like that. Very different.
Just remember that the testing
it's still
is
out in the open.
The cheating.
And I'm sure there is still something within the rules talking about use of technology in ways like this. Thank you, Dirtfix. Yeah, like taping the opposing team's practices. I thought that was pretty illegal for sure. That deserves some punishing. Like I say, that's different than, you know, declaring your receivers eligible, which is just abusing rules and how they kind of currently exist. But yeah, no, I was not about the taping at all. That's straight up. Whee. All right, where is this? So we're just looking for the sewers. Now I gotta do this first before we go to Trav.
I don't understand this obsession with sports. If something doesn't help me get women, bye. More stakes or troll harder, then who cares? Let the sports ball players cheat.
Sports ball players gonna cheat. That's it, man. All right, so now we have Travancore coming up. And Travancore is going to be a little bit spicy. The nice thing is we can kill everything here. So once again, unlike the Amazon or other characters, this is one where you can kill everything. If this is too hot, like right here, we just got kind of a difficult spawn of stuff in front of it. Just reset your map until you don't have a lot of stuff. A lot of dudes hanging out, making life hard. Like, never be afraid to just reset it until there's not as bad of spawns there. Because that can be a little bit annoying. And then we got Conviction Aura as well, so we got to be careful. As he's also lightning enchanted. And hits hard. So this is not a very fun guy to run into. Let's get on this side of him.
Would you say that the hammerdin is the steroids of Diablo 2?
A little bit, yeah. But, you know, he's legal. It's like if they made steroids legal.
There was this professional boxer named Antonio Margarito who literally put plaster in his hand wraps for fights. Having him seen beat to a pulp by Pacquiao is one of my greatest pleasures.
There you go. Exactly.
Good to see you.
Exactly.
Fresh meat.
9 extra gold. Don't care. Thank you, Runfish. And thank you, Black Gaver. 27 months. Wow.
What the Astros did in gaming terms is using wall hacks in CSGO.
Right. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty fair comparison. It's like using wall hacks. You're able to see things that normally you wouldn't be able to see and people wouldn't know about. And thus you can see them around a wall or something. I think that's a great comparison. So you still have to be able to shoot the guy, but you have extra knowledge, right? So, okay, now we're going to go find the waypoint here, because this is the Durance of Hate. Yay! And Mephisto is, like I said, Andariel is probably the best place to farm. Mephisto is actually the best place to farm. Andariel is a great place to farm, but Mephisto is going to provide you with a larger loot table and more things that you're really going to love. So you just want to run like this and then have just like a quick exit, so it's just like right next to your waypoint or something.
I noticed the
Super
Wake of
easy to
Flame
get
does
there,
no proc the
right?
Monon kill from Nadir. Do you happen to know what other skills do not proc the Monon skill?
What doesn't proc? Yeah, traps won't proc that stuff because it's not actually you killing it. When traps kill something, traps are like minions. So here's a way to do it, right? Get them down pretty low. And then let's go put all of our beautiful magic find on. Cool. Aww. Was hoping for a good quest drop. That's okay. So just like that. I mean, it's not always going to be perfect. Just like that. Give yourself some clappers there. Act 3 of Hell is done. How easy was that? That was so easy. That was great. We'll put our magic find gear back. And, you know, and that is the best place for just farming up all sorts of things that are just going to be really good. You can get your, you know, arachnid mesh there, your Shaco there, your whatever, right? Like so many of the items that you're going to want late game on a character, your Hazes, all those things. You can just snag right there, nice and easy. And yeah, so feel free to farm that as much as you would like. Get yourself some good items. And then when you're ready, press play and begin Act 4. Don't forget to like the video or something. Kim Kimura! Or Kamaros. Thank you. Careful of these dudes as they are mana burn and they're just kind of annoying. Thank you so much for the sub. If we hit 50 subs before Ubers, we'll do a griefless Ubers. How does that sound? I won't take my grief out. Ow. Do I have grief? Well, yeah, I'm going to use my pluggy gear because obviously it's pluggy.
Fresh meat.
So, no, octopus.
Fresh meat.
Oh, Noodle Boy first with the prime. Mwah. And Besotted Octopus. Mwah. Thank you for the 5. Congrats to Crunchums, Demunta, Devourer, and Indy, and Dummy Newbies. GG. Here we have a Colossus Sword, 5 open sockets. Could make some cool things in that. Make a grief if you want. For your baba. Argyle. Yeah, there's our grief, right? Done. We do need to be careful here, as it is a lot of souls. And that is why I was trying to just save quit, but I did not press the button properly.
Fresh meat.
Argyle, thank you. And Sketchy Boy, get wrecked. Yeah, like I said before, if you see souls, just quit. Just reset it.
What do you mean?
Don't bother. Don't bother with it. Just reset. 2 to traps, rip. My goodness. HFYCS. Thank you. So that is a demonstration of how souls are dangerous.
Fresh meat.
And pixies, holy cow. Alright, I mean, we still kind of want grief, like. Ow! Is the drop rate increased? No. When? Right now? Just like in general? Pick up lots of full rejuves, especially if you're going to be doing Ubers later. That can help. Oh yeah, I mean, we just got lucky with a couple items. But, you know, I mean, we farmed a little bit and stuff, so. It's not the craziest thing in the world to find Mage Fist. What's an Uber? So, Ubers in this game are pretty much the only end game content. I have 4 perfect diamonds in my shield. They were added in later, and they are just the Uber bosses, or whatever. How do you reset a map? You can change your difficulty to completely reset it. Alright, 2 of them are not souls. What is the 3rd monster? It is souls. Yikes. See if we can just get out of here. Not looking good there. Yeah, and they will drop a nice charm as well. Will I play Median XL again at some point? Potentially. I did have some fun with it, so I think it would be fun to play a different character. Maybe play online instead of just single player with it. I don't know. Could be fun. Declone is stronger than the Ubers? No way. Declone is easy, man. Declone is easy mode compared to Ubers. Yep. Ubers can be tough, especially like, oh my god, Lilith. Ooh, okay, so white monarchs are amazing. for every character but this character. This character does not care about a white monarch shield at all because I have crown shields and all sorts of these shields that are better. But monarch shields are the lowest strength shield that can get 4 open sockets in it. Okay? So this is what people use for all the 4 open socket, every rune word of that, for spirits, all those things, right? Monarch is the shield to go because it's the lowest amount of strength that you're going to have to put in for it. And it's also worth max gold if you want that as well. All right, where is he?
Join my army of the dead.
I am back.
Heyo, welcome back. How you doing, Lua? What about yellow monarchs? Pretty worthless.
Join my army of the dead.
Why don't just find a Shaco next?
That would be very nice. I would love a Shaco. Maybe he's over there in that corner. Oh, here he is. Oh my god! There's also 5,000 souls there. Oh boy, that's too many souls. We'll just reset it. Okay. No shame. Please no souls this time. We know where he is now, that's helpful. How did I receive a gifted sub when you weren't even here? You don't have to be in here to receive a gifted sub. I've had somebody who wasn't even following me receive a gifted sub.
Mr. Llama.
Thank you,
Heart.
Idol. Appreciate that, bud. Welcome back 2 months. We are halfway to no grief for the Ubers. Halfway. Was that you? I don't believe so. It was really weird because the guy sent me a message, was like, hey, thanks for the gifted sub to your channel. I'll give you a follow and check it out. I was like, wait, what? So I don't fully understand the algorithm because there were still people in my channel at the time that were not subscribers. So, who knows? I will not be finding rune words. Or 2 high runes. At best, I might find 1 high rune while running around. Has to do with if they've been in the category of games. Interesting. Good to know. Okay, let's go get our skills. 2,000 with no good ones. That stinks. That stinks. How do you get to fight Declone? You can fight him on Pluggy. So you have to have a mod for that. Alright, City of the Dam time. Or River of Flame time, excuse me. Like I say, definitely make sure that you are in this area. You can just clear stuff out. Danged, I apologize. Sorry. Oops. Like, you're strong enough right now that, and these areas are pretty open. There's no real walls in them, right? Even though it's like narrow passages, they're not really a lot of walls, so should be pretty good. You're gonna want fire res though. If you do not have fire res in this act, you are gonna have a very bad time. But in hell, generally, you're just gonna want resistances, like all resistances. But feel free to, you know, like I said, take it a little slow, kill everything on the way. There's really good experience out here. Also, the River of Flame is an area level 85, so any item in the game can drop, which is nice. So just pray that you don't find my Mang Song's lesson. The main thing.
On the topic of the sorceress rainbow run and your plan for handling it, what do you think?
Oh, wait, we need
Worked
that.
well and what did not? Any learning experiences to take from it?
It was definitely tough being single element in Hell. I thought it worked really well to level up in Nightmare with the strongest spec and then switch over, but I could also see it being good to just kind of get through Nightmare and then use strongest spec just in Hell. I think both of those are good options. The tough thing will definitely be like, what am I using in normal with a lot of these classes, because that'll still take, you know, 3.5, 4 hours for a lot of the terrible stuff. So that's tough. Have you seen the remaster? Yeah, it looks cool.
Even City of the Dank seems a little offensive. How about City of the Darned?
City of the Darned.
Want to make the Paladin taking dudes to Pound Town run to be unappealing to advertisers.
It's a good point. Gotta think about the advertisers always. So be careful of Hephaestus. He hits very hard. Also, if he has like Holy Freeze, you're not gonna be in for a very fun time. Just run around in your hammers. Neutrons, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Ow. Ow. Oh boy. And also this is still where having Holy Shield could be pretty useful, so I am still pretty dumb for not using it. And Sveligut, thank you as well. Come on.
Right, and while we're on the topic of being
Give me something
advertiser
good.
friendly, this should be relabeled Heck mode.
Gotta go to heck mode. What rune do you think it is, guys? What rune do you think it is? Did we get the Did we get the ist? Rune. Rune. Lem would also be dope. Get us a treachery. What is it? It is Mal. Nice. Coco Mal. Not bad at all. I would have preferred an I think, to be honest. But we can make a sanctuary if we find a dope 3-open socket and then have a lot of fun. Naregi with 5 gifted subs. Mwah, wow. So the highest rune that can drop there is a goal rune, though it is one of the lesser desired. We also found some really dope drops in diamonds and topaz, which is really sick. So that's always nice. Coco Mal. Bad poop.
Fresh meat.
And Fremont as well. My goodness. Everyone's saying burr. Lol. So getting into the Chaos Sanctuary, you can either just teleport your way straight in, or you can fight your way in. Up to you. Sometimes I think it's fun to just teleport straight in because, you know, stuff out here is okay. And it's not like super fun to fight in these areas that much. Whoa, hello. And that was a lot of cold enchanted. Hello. So that's why. If I just straight teleported the whole way, we wouldn't have had that issue probably. Got my chicken scripts on, that's right. Fastest escape in the business. Could have fought those guys, but conviction aura. So I'll show you the teleport straight in method. And you're usually pretty safe to not get caught when you have the 75 breakpoint, or even the 48, I should say. They're usually pretty good to not get caught. And then you can get into these larger open areas where you just don't nearly have to worry as much about that sort of stuff. So there's no order you need to do these seals in. I'm pretty sure there's no way for any boss to be magic immune in here. So you can just kill whatever you want whenever you want, which is really nice. And this also makes the Paladin the #1 chaos character, I would say. Some people might say Javazon, but I would still argue it's the Paladin. Especially without conviction. Definitely the Paladin. With conviction, you could debate it. So he can just fly through. Yeah, I think Hammers is slightly better as well. So he is just so strong in here. Kill Oblivion Knights pretty much always because they're just a huge pain. Handling it better than my Rainbow Source. Yeah, full lightning without conviction was rough. This is probably the one time you do have to be careful. These guys can hit very hard, so you do want to keep your distance. You do want to keep a little distance there. Make sure you get them down. See if we get 20 FCR with some better stuff. Nope. So literally all I'm looking for there is 20 FCR. If it does not have 20 FCR, I don't care about anything else because I can't lose my frames for it, basically. Does the socket quest and socket recipe work the same for odds of how many sockets? No. The socket quest at Larzik will give you the max number of sockets always that the item can have. Trash. That is poison res and damage reduced, so that is worth nothing. Yo, 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 what up, Alpine? The socket recipe will give you a random number of sockets between 1 and 6. And then for any item that can't roll 6, it'll just max it out instead if it rolls that number. So if you can only get 3 open sockets on an item, you're going to have, or let's say 4 open sockets on an item, you'll have a 50% chance that it'll max out, and then 1 in 6 chance for any of the other values. So considering how much harder it was on all the other characters, you got to be pretty happy with this Paladin and how easy it was to just go through the chaos, right? Like, it is night and day Paladin versus other characters, or hammerdin versus other characters in here. Night and day. It's like a hot knife through butter. And this is also the same place, but we can stand even further away where he will not be able to hit us with this attack. I mean, I'll go to the side view, right?
Shake that thing, miss. Can I shake?
Smell good! Wow! Mwah.
Been following you for too long. It's time
My
to contribute
goodness.
to getting more
Save
quality
and quit.
content in
Diablo's death.
the future. Fun fact, did you know $50 equals to approximately 39 pounds, dudes?
Oh, there's a pounds, dudes. Yep, that's had to throw that in, I suppose. Feliget, thank you so much for the 50 or the 39 pounds, as somebody might, for some reason, do a conversion for. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good one. Wowzers. Appreciate that. And on that note, give yourself a round of applause as you just melted.
Good afternoon.
You just melted. Act 4. That was easy. Not even 20 minutes and you just breezed through it. Good job, you guys. So let us begin Act 5. Now, the Bloody Foothills is going to be kind of stranger danger out here for sure. So do be a little careful. Do be slightly careful. Don't. So there's just a lot of things that hit you from afar quickly, like these jabs, these quill rats, these little dudes. Burning archers might be out there. Whatever it is, they are not fun and they hurt a lot. So this is one of my least favorite areas, and I've lost hardcore characters on speedruns out here, such as maybe one of my recent ones if you watched any of those videos. I mean, Pindle is actually really good odds. So. But he does not drop a lot of good stuff in the short term, I suppose, is the best way to say it. Chain booties. Like I say, we always pick up chain boots. Never know. Never know what you're gonna get. Not bad res, but no FRW equals no way.
As a toxic streamer, do you find you keep getting the same restraining orders over and over?
Unique amulet! First off, not a toxic streamer. Second, what do you guys think it is? Is it Mara's? I would totally be down for a Mara's right now. And that right there is a fantastic guy to farm as well, by the way. For anybody wondering.
SOJ.
It's SOJ! Wait, no, that's not right. That is actually a really good boss to fight. He's super easy, he's super close, he gives not bad experience, and he's gonna still be dropping some items for you, 2 items. So, he's great. High Lords, that'd be dope. Cat's Eye, alright. Honestly, a lot of unique amulets would be really good right now. Ow. Gotta be a little careful when I switch off to my teleport staff. If you find a ring or amulet with teleport charges, like, use that. That'll be way better for you. Now, this is definitely going to get a little dangerous here for us as we start to continue running forward here. There's going to be a lot of groups that are going to be tough.
Him.
Think it's Seraph's? Nice. All right, we'll identify it when we get to Crystalline. So really, in any of those tight areas still, and especially against ranged characters, I'm just not fighting them that much. By the way, this is also a decent guy to kill. He can drop a lot of items, though he cannot drop Mang songs.
It's a no-go. It's always no-go.
But there's the unique right there, Bearded X. Look at that. Look at that. We got a spell steal. Easy. 98 out of 100 of our Holy Bolt charges, so that's kind of perfect. We'll take it. And this one's not ethereal, so we don't have to worry about that. That's right. It is Rising Sun. It's like one of the worst ones, but it does give us Absorb Fire, so that could be helpful. There's really so many other that I would have loved. So 2 to fire skills, which does not help us out at all. Fire damage doesn't help. Replenish life doesn't help. Light radius, sure, whatever. Chance to cast meter or whatever. But 52 absorb fire is a ton of fire absorbed. So that actually can be super useful against fire damage. Respec Holy Fire. Yeah, it is a massive, like, we're probably going to gain life when people with fire hit us if we are wearing that. That's how good it is. Oh god, we have Snicks. Oh jeez. All right, just give me the waypoint. Cool. Woof. Would I craft a castrami for a hammerdin? Yeah, sure. I think it's totally worth it to do that. That is a perfect amethyst, a Rao rune, a jewel, and a blue ami. Get those ingredients, swish them together. Baby, you got yourself a stew. And I just really don't feel like fighting a bunch of snakes right now and stuff, so I'm gonna just say, nah, brah. Now we're out of teleport charges, so I'm gonna have to fight my way through.
These snakes are really cold-blooded.
Wow. And let's find a waypoint if we can. Thank you, Mudstone. How you doing, bud? Save the Babas? Ah, they're okay how they are, right? They don't need saving. I feel like they're doing fine. Use my spell steal for teleporting? I mean, you're not wrong. You are not wrong, my friend. Look at the big brain on Brad. Alright, where's the waypoint at? Pog champ.
Wow.
Wow. So I say, wow. Thank you so much. Mudstone and dill pickle. Thank you as well. And they're not worth killing. Let's go get the waypoint. 8 months. Welcome back. Excuse me. Now remember, Spellsteal also has FCR on it, so it's actually even better than my teleport staff itself that I currently have. Nice. Heard a rumor I'm playing the new D3 season. Is it true? I'm considering playing it. I won't be playing it on Friday. It would be after. Nighty Witch, thank you as well. Mwah! Amulet was Rising Sun, so pretty trash overall, but you know, is what it is. All right, let's see how much it costs to repair Spellsteal here. 131, not bad. Very good. Mwah, with a 25, wow.
Forgot to give a shout out to chat for creating great content and community.
Good job,
They're
chat.
pounding almost as hard as you're pouring dudes in hell. Much love.
Fresh meat.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, Deadly Aim? Thank you for the resub. I should have kept my skill shine. Everybody's just pounding hard right now, I guess. Oh, brother, what is this map? There we go. All right, no souls, no souls, no souls. Papa wants a new car. All right, we got snakes. Good, no souls. Good to go. So we're gonna do the Anya quest, always ever important. And if you know the maps, you can skedaddle around in there a little bit faster. If you don't know the maps, just run through, especially if you don't have souls. Makes it a lot easier, even though snakes can be a pain sometimes. Also, these harpies' red globes will hurt a lot.
These snakes are cold-blooded as well.
They are. They're also cold-blooded. Thank you. So just nice and slow. Work your way in there. No rush here. Because this is not an area you want to be constantly like resetting and stuff. It can be a really tough area. And Yetis can perma-stun you and be just absolutely miserable. So, especially no rush with them.
Spell steal pog.
Spell steal! That's right. It's actually like a super dope find. And now we've got 10 more to all res. We are almost perfectly maxed res, and we didn't even use a socket quest in our helmet yet. So, check that out. Yeah, it's a great axe. And like I say, it actually has some useful stuff, such as the Holy Bolt charges. Those will actually be really handy and will save me needing to respec to use Holy Bolt later. Plus, Decrepify charges are super nice. Super nice.
Pound Town, nice and slow. Work your way in there. Mr. Llama, I thought you said this was a family-friendly stream.
Wow, it is
so much
so
innuendo.
family-friendly. And teleport is great, exactly. Mudstone with the gifted sub, and Maregi, thank you. This is so family-friendly, you don't even know how friendly this family can be. You don't even know. Careful of extra fast Deathlords down here, and like Might Aura and stuff. They will not be fun. Am I happy with the feedback from David Kim? I am. A lot of people are like, it's just lip service, it's whatever. You know, like, it might be, but you know, like, whatever. At least they're doing better than when we had Diablo 3 and that whole mess fiasco. Everything with that. Man, I have so much good stuff in here. I don't even know what I want to get rid of. I'll get rid of that jewel, I guess. I don't really care for the diamond. I don't really need that. Okay. Cool. So now...
Impossible.
Oh, I have way too many rejuves. I guess keep them, though. Dang. I'm probably strong enough to just kill him. Woo, that is a lot of double enchanted. That is pretty spicy. I'm gonna reset that. Too many double enchants right there. We don't need all the lightning and everything on it. Okay. Ah, cold enchant.
Remember when Jay Wilson mocked Brevik and Schaefer during the D3 Fallout?
I do.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least we don't have David Kim mocking David Brevik and stuff right now. Like, if we had that, I'd be way more concerned. But we don't, so I feel pretty good about it. So with the Ancients, you can either fight them all at once like this, it's a little more dangerous, or you can separate them out like we've been doing before and just go one at a time and put hammers in their face. And honestly, that does work pretty well. Is he magic resistant? No. So we can just do that. Drag some dudes over here. And then, like, okay, we'll fight. Oh, God. How did he get over here already? So we got Corlick up here. Oh, God! No! What is that damage? All right, never mind. Don't do it. Corlick has got the strongest weapon I've ever seen. Corlick has got the strongest weapon in his hands ever. All right, we're going to fight him this way. So, you know, if you feel comfortable and they aren't ridiculously overpowered with crazy weapons, then you can fight them one-on-one. And it seems like the other two don't have crazy weapons. It seems like it's only Corlick, to be honest. You got that cruel pole arm with max roll, right? That hurt a little bit. Okay, once Maddox's dead, it'll be a little easier. Because he's kind of annoying.
Can we get F's in the chat for the passing of Brad McQuaid? MMO
Rip.
legend.
Rip, Brad. Ow. So yeah, ancients can be tough for sure. A lot of it depends how they roll. You'll have to decide what you want. Mods that you really don't want, things like Holy Freeze are pretty bad. Lightning Enchant can be kind of rough. So you definitely be careful about that. If Maddock is like Cold Enchant and he's hitting you a lot, that can be kind of rough as well. So there's a few different ones that you want to take care of there. But once Maddock's really dead, then it's not too bad because you're just watching for when he leaps on you. Move slightly. Don't let the whirlwind hit on you. And then Holy Shield will again help a lot right here if you would like. But just a lot of move. Kite and hammer. And then of course be careful for fire enchants and the explosions, such as Talik is. Got that. And just like that, ancients are dead. Good job. Easy. So the higher level and more gear you have, the easier that's going to be. With Holy Shield, it'll be even easier. Let's actually make some space in case we die, so we save some rejuves. And now,
Haven't been around
get
for
to the
a
waypoint.
while, but still really enjoy your stream.
Thank you, Kopet. Appreciate that. Get to the waypoint is the #1 goal. It's just get there. So even if you die here, let's say that I run there and die, just run around with your naked body and vigor as much as you can until you can get to the waypoint. Also, that's a gem shrine. So let's go ahead and grab our gem that we want. And now we have a perfect topaz. Look at that. Look how easy that was. Oh god, there's souls. Okay, good. So this is the waypoint. So we're going to reset that because we do not want souls. Rune words for an assassin. Lore, Ancient's Pledge, Stealth, maybe Treachery later if you can get it. And then you can keep resetting maps until you get a map that looks just like this. So you can always get
didn't take the opportunity
this one
to
right
name
here.
your paladin Paladin. Lost
Paladin.
opportunity.
It would have been a decent one. Thank you, Maregi. And thank you, Kopet, for the 4 months. So this is like the perfect map, and you can just keep resetting to this if you want to do bail runs and stuff until you get this quick, easy turn off. Just makes it a lot easier for continuing through bail runs. Also, level 2 is the only level that's going to spawn souls besides the throne. So that helps negate how like bad it can be if you do get souls, if you just want to like really quickly run through. To reset the map, you go back to normal or nightmare and then back into hell. All you do is change difficulties. When you do that, the maps will reset. But it will reset all of your maps here. So if you have a really good Mephisto map or something that you don't want to reset, you have to make that determination of like, do I do it? Do I not? What do I do? All of that stuff. So, well, this run is 10 hours in total, but we've split it over a couple days. Oh, hello. Wait, what? Oh, it's gonna go up and in there. Interesting. No! That was nasty, man. Alright, extra strong cursed fire enchanted. I don't really want to fight that. Thank you, Sketchy Boy! I'm going to use this wall to my advantage and have my hammer spin around the wall to hit the guys so I don't have to actually fight them. This is like one of my favorite positions to be in. Love it. And then, yeah, if you have dolls in here, be very careful. Dolls are going to be super dangerous. Souls are going to be super dangerous. Those are probably the biggest two to reset on. And then maybe some, like, crazy hard Death Lord pack could be pretty bad as well. So, watch out in those cases. Otherwise, like what we just got there is perfectly fine. Not too bad. I am 72. And you can just kind of go forward with it, right? And be happy. It is amazing how little FCR gear we have found in terms of rings and ammies. Demon Knight Sash, that could be something you imbue, though at this point I would recommend imbuing coronets and diadems and stuff. I'd recommend that. Cosmicosis!
Run around
Thank
naked
you.
with vigor. You sure do know how to party like a 58-year-old man from Denmark.
From Denmark. And so now I'm going to teach you about how to beat this. So the first thing you should do is drag away, because wave 2 is going to be your kryptonite. Okay? Drag these baddies away. We're just going to bring them all the way out here.
Throwing these bits in Sketchy's honor.
Aw, thank you so much, Bit Squad. Okay. And we don't have all of them yet. Let's get one more.
Love your stream brings back great memes.
Thank you. There's also a thresher on the ground, which is super dope. That's like one of the best drops that we could get. Let's see if it's Eth. Come on, baby. Aw, two open socket.
Yes, be careful with the dolls, especially the IO dolls.
Dang, two open socket non-Eth. So we could make a strength in it. That's about all we could do with it is Am tier. That would be like worth it. And then, you know, it'd still be all right. Not great, but like a mercenary could use it. It's got crushing blow and stuff. So that could be like a very early base item to get. But threshers are great bases. So now, how do we fight something that is magic immune? Because we do not kill it. Oh, we still have to drag two more of these guys away. Well, funny you ask. This is where the wonderful Holy Bolt can come into play. And this is where either having it right here or just getting a few points in it right here Or having the plus skills, such as if I made a lore, if I had a spirit, if I had all of those things, right? You only need like 5 points in it, 4 points, whatever it is, to do so. And then you just run up. And then just holy bolt him. Let's see what he's got. Alright. He's got killer blows, so. No! Don't res, guys. Will it take a while? For sure. Ecstatic, thank you. Because, well, it's just a terrible nightmare. I could also decrep them, that is true. Unfortunately, fighting these guys is not the most fun. A lot of times they'll start to come up to you as well. So, you can just go back and forth doing this stuff. Don't res too many dudes. No! You jerk. And this is where dragging them even further is usually the better idea. So you drag them all the way outside of the throne. Just so you don't have to deal with this stuff. So let's go ahead and get them all. And bring them out to here. Also, having 1 point in redemption right now is super worth it. Because then you don't have these issues as well. We'll get this guy outside. I can't even out-heal this damage. It's so strong. And, okay. Best base sword to put spirit into? Crystal. Oh, we need to repair that.
What do you need?
Okay. Be a little pricey. It's okay. Beautiful.
It took a few days, but I finally pounded out my D2 grail.
Not in town.
Man, hero editing that man items into a pluggy stash takes forever. My fingers sure are sore from pounding them keys for hours.
Sounds tough.
Oh, well, now that that's done, I guess I'll go play baseball for the Astros.
Wow. Wait, where'd he go? Dude, he went way back there.
Fresh meat.
So, it's not the fastest thing. This is where having a really good mercenary can also be super helpful. Just FYI. Wild Wookie with the sub. Thank you so much. This is where that can actually just be super helpful and make it way faster. Lower res will not break it, no. But once you clear that, that's really the guy to clear, or the wave to clear. And the other ones just kind of melt pretty easily. You might have a little trouble on the last wave, but for the most part. Bone spells are magic as well, so you'll have the same problem. Very nice. One more. We are 8 subs away from a griefless Ubers. So yeah, once we beat Bale, we will 7 away. Sorry, Diablo H2. Oh, thank you so much.
Fresh meat.
6 away, Boons. Mwah. Thank you for the sub.
Fresh meat.
1 away, Wrath with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. It's as bad as e-hotting, is it?
Fresh meat.
And that'll do it. We are going griefless. And then Scorbs and Buzzard as well. My goodness. And Grimy Eel. Oh, snap. Alright, we got it. We got it. We've done it. We've done it.
Give your boy Llama those Twitch primes.
Thank you guys. Mwah. Joe Gangsta. Thank you for this.
Fresh meat.
Oh. How many subs to only use Holy Bolt? Well, that doesn't seem like a thing. But congratulations, everybody. You are now on Bale. Bale is toppling. You are the ultimate champion.
Fresh meat.
Jamiathan. Thank you as well. Woo. Okay, we'll grab some quick health. Would a quick points and foe be worth it? I mean, you could try being a photo with it, but you're probably gonna need a little more. I don't know how many you would need for it. I think Holy Bolt works better. We'll go swap on to our Magic Find gear now that he's low. You can always just carry this stuff in your inventory if you would like, whenever you want to do that. And what will we get? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Woo. But regardless, clap your hands, everybody. You have just completed the entirety of this game in 10 hours and 8 minutes. Casually. Casual. You're level 72. You're having fun. You're chatting with your mom. You're farming. Whatever. Great job, you guys. You did it, chat. You really did it. Tell them, yeah, I did it, Mom. That's right. Mom, look. Mom. Pay attention to me, Mom. Oh, we don't need that, actually. Now. The real grind and I deny. No. Now we can head over and take our character into some Ubers. But that is the Hell Paladin. Let's go ahead and just take a brief look at some stuff before we do swap it over there. So I still am just using this FCR wand that I have right here. 20 FCR, mana, energy, cold res. I like having the extra mana. It's really nice. The cold res is nice. And we get the 20 FCR. So like, yeah, I'm using a wand. Yeah, it doesn't have plus the skills and all those cool things. But it's okay. It totally works all the way through, right? This is just nice res, and I can put even more resistances into it with a socket if I wanted. This is purely the FCR to hit my breakpoint. I never really found great FCR gear, so this is what I ended up having to use for jewelry purposes. I ended up using stealth all the way through. At this point, I could definitely have made a Nephilim, right? I farmed that one Countess run. I found Nephlum. So I could have made that into a smoke, which is 50 all res. We can even show you guys. Smoke, rune word, D2. And let me window capture. Nope. There we go. So here's going to be the smoke rune word. You get some enhanced defense, some defense versus missile, 50 all res, 20 hit recovery. That's really like the big thing of it. Defense versus missile is actually not bad, but like that's really the big stuff. So we could have totally made that, and that would have been super nice and helpful. And we'd be max res, and we could like swap our helm with some other stuff, whatever, right? We also had an Ort Soul, wherever our Ort rune is. There it is. So we could have made a lore helm as well, which is +1 to all skills and 30 light res. That is also really nice and would probably be better than this, especially if we had like a smoke or some other things for fire res. We ended up using Hussar's Boots all the way through the game. We did have Goblin Toes drop, and we also have these boots. They don't have faster run walk, but these are really nice for swapping on for magic find. We used just an 88 life belt in the end. We do have a blade buckle as well, which could be used. So you do have options, of course, but this is really nice. Cold res straight up, lightning res, and some MF and energy. Once again, not great jewelry. We never found any dual res rings or anything that were really fantastic to use. We did find Mage Fist, so that was a really nice drop, and we're very happy with that. The 20 FCR obviously being the biggest thing. And then we found Spell Steal. We also had our teleport staff anyways. But hey, this is helpful to just have more teleport charges, to have Decrepify if we want, to have Holy Bolt, you know. So it gives us options. We got Sanders Cap, which was good MF. We got Alibaba, which is great MF. So good MF gear with this. We've got some Topaz if we want to make like a 3 Topaz helmet or put a Topaz into this for more MF. We have Goblin Toes, which we can take on to Ubers. These are some nice gloves with MF and light res, so I could swap those on in the future if I want. And then just some runes and options. Shale Eth could be a rhyme if I wanted a rhyme shield. Let's say I found a 2 open socket, you know, 40 all res or something, Paladin shield. I could put those in and get 65 all res plus cannot be frozen. Could be okay. Obviously, we used our 99 all res shield here, which was nice. And we found Mal rune, so I could make a Coco Mal as well if I find 2 Co runes. So there's a lot of just great little options that we have available on this character. And that's really the nice thing. So with that, that is Through Hell. And I will see you guys at Ubers. Bye, YouTube.